Okie dokie, so
hi, we're live.
we are online. Hello, hello. Unfortunately, I'm not sure this is filming, so just a second to check on the video. Okie dokie. So now we're officially online. I'm not sure this is filming, so just a minute. Okay, good. So we are online. Hi, everyone. Everyone following us. Sorry for the little delay for technical reasons. You are here following our live about how to optimize your work ecosystem. So why this live came out? So why this project came to birth? Well, first of all, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Carlotta Manavis.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, Elena, but can people see me on YouTube?
Yes, I checked, and we are online on YouTube.
Cool. Okay, great.
Good.
Sorry. Hi. It's live. Things happen.
Yeah, this is the magic of live events. So as I was saying, I'm Elena Carlotta Manavis. I'm a business and career coach, mostly working in women's empowerment. My specialization is taking care of setting up businesses with very low budgets or fixing up business situations starting from scratch. And I've been mostly coaching women as I'm very dedicated to women's empowerment cause. And when we met with Lisette, we started having a conversation about what are the main issues and the main problems our customers are facing, and we find a common pattern. So this is why now I will let Lisette introduce herself, and then we will introduce you the Women's Empowerment Collective project.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I know that everyone's super busy. So I know that I appreciate it, and Elena appreciates the time that you're taking today. Again, my name is Lisette Sandoval. I am a behavior analyst, which means that I am an expert in habit training. Anything that you want to overcome and want to learn, it is a behavior, and therefore you can create new habit formation. I do that with women and their businesses, creating the mindset, systems, and how to be more productive, but not only that, gain more control and confidence in their day. So that's basically what I do. And I, like Elena, and focus a lot of my time with women's empowerment because, well, we're women, we talk to them all the time and we completely relate, and we have the tools to implement and see successful results. Elena, back to you.
Great. So we decided to found this project, the Women's Empowerment Collective. At the end of this video, you will receive all the information to join actually the collective, to be in touch with us, and more information on how we work. But today, we decided to launch this free webinar because one of the main topics we understood being common to most of our customers and to ourselves first is really optimizing a work-life balance. So this is why we decided to start exactly with a work-life balance course and providing you this free webinar that is going to give you actual tools. So not just information, not just tips, to start today after this hour video, optimizing your work ecosystem. So let's start from definitions. Why we use the word ecosystem. One of the biggest mistakes is really facing our working life like it's some sort of closed box, independent by our own life. But this is not true. We should face a working life exactly how we face the rest of our lives. So like a complete ecosystem. And this is why we decided to actually split this webinar in 3 topics. So how to optimize your work flow, so your task list and the things you do to be productive, effective, and drop down stress. How to optimize your workspace, because the place you work is really important if you want to be super effective. And at the end, how to optimize the last part of a work ecosystem, which is your human environment. Who are the people around you and why they are so important? So let's take the first step from the workflow. So Most of us, most of you following, most of the people we work with are freelancers or entrepreneurs. So we are the people we actually manage to build a custom-made life, a tailor-made life. And most of us were leaded really from this need to actually take control. But what's happening quite often is actually that taking this control is harder than we believe. And we can understand this, especially from this huge mass of stress that we are really facing as entrepreneurs, as freelancers. And one of the main sources of stress is really facing our task list. So is there a way to actually face the challenges, the daily challenges, the weekly challenges, the big challenges that we have to deal with in our entrepreneurial life? Of course there is. The first step to take is actually stop facing our challenges as huge mountains. So most of us at the base of procrastination, we really have the fear to actually face things. And it's perfectly fine, because if we actually look at a big challenge as a big challenge, of course it's scaring us and we will never feel ready. I'm sorry to tell you, you will never feel ready, even if you have all the background you are telling to yourself. So how do we start? How do we feel ready? We start setting goals. So it's really important to us having yearly big goals, split it in monthly big goals. And these monthly big goals should be divided in few steps. Let's imagine our big goal as the end of a staircase. We should actually be able to visualize every single step. So how do we do that? Well, in this, having a to-do list is really helpful. I personally use Wunderlist, and I'm really happy with Wunderlist as a tool. I will link you with the application at the end of this webinar. There are other people using Todoist. There are other people using written lists. So the importance is not the tool. Important is what's fitting you better and starting doing your list. So let's say I have a big goal, which is actually dealing with my accountants. I hate dealing with accountants. If I could really avoid this, I would do it, but I have to do it. This goal is going to be my goal for the end of the month of April. Then I will start making this goal in 4 small milestones during the 4 weeks of the month. So week number 1, I will take these actions. Week number 2, I will take these actions, and going on until I will achieve my final goal. Then these 4 milestones can be actually split in very small daily tasks. Creating a list of small daily tasks is really making things easier to face. At the end, we are actually achieving the goals without even understanding how we did it. So if we start organizing all our task lists, not just the big goals this way, we can manage to have a week workflow really in small lists of small tasks. You can have 15 tasks per day, but if they're small, they're really easy to actually check. And there's nothing better than checking things, having things done, and arriving at half of day with most of your task list already checked. So let's try this. Let's build your task list this way. Let's build what you want to achieve at the end of the month, then building the weekly tasks, and then splitting them in daily tasks, and see how your week is going to look like. When you're waking up in the morning, start always from the very hardest one for you. We all have things that we really don't like to do. Do it first thing. As long as you're actually sitting in front of your laptop or at the phone or in the office, start from there. There's no better feeling than having the heaviest part of the day gone before lunch break. Keep all the other tasks after lunch break. And I think that Lisette can actually add something about this, because we have been discussing about how actually to manage our day and our task lists, even in the place. So I will actually let her add something to this.
Elena brings up a really good point, and this is one of my favorites. When we're thinking about our day, we have to think of it like Elena just said. In the morning, you're going to do the most difficult thing you can possibly think of. If it's to make that phone call with a client, then please, that's the first thing. It's scary, but if it's going to be that, then that's the thing you have to do. But the environment is also has to also match what's going on. So for example, the things that you want to look at when you're thinking about workflow is workspace, and your workspace has to complement the amount of anxiety that's going to come at you. So if your desk is facing the mountain of laundry, disheveled bookcase, maybe a white wall that is kind of boring, like this one back here, then you don't want to be facing that if it causes already some anxiety. Imagine, then you're going to double whammy the anxiety. You're already got to do the most difficult thing in the morning, which is call that client, and then you got to look at that stressful, horrible thing across your desk. You're not helping yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure. So definitely, what are you looking at when you're sitting at your desk? Super important. The other one that I would also consider would be color. What colors soothe you? What colors really bring you this calm peacefulness? Because imagine if your morning time is going to be the time that you got to get a lot of work done, then it's going to complement it by having the right thing that you're looking at, the right color in front of you or around you. So we want to be able to create a space where you really like to work, where you really enjoy being, and you know that you got to make, some typical stressful, anxiety-producing actions. But let's take away a stress, anxiety-producing action, which is our environment. The last thing that I would definitely look at is changing your physical space. In the morning, you did all your client calls, you made those tough emails, I don't know, you went online, hi, you did something that was definitely out of your comfort zone. You had a nice lunch to relax, but now you want to hit it hard again in the afternoon because your work is still important in the afternoon. Well, don't sit in the same area. Switch your desk around. Go to the living room. If you have a co-working space, go there. If you like the coffee shop with some headphones, go do that. Just switch it up. So like that, you can come in with fresh eyes, fresh ears, and fresh mentality. It will definitely give you the boost that you need to finish the day strong and to say, wow, not only did I check off the most difficult things in the morning off your checklist, but you know what? You also went that extra mile at the end of the day because you had the energy, you had the focus, and you came back looking at something different. Now, if you're one of those that really enjoys looking at the same thing all the time, then you may need to eat elsewhere to produce that sense of change. So this is what I would definitely piggyback and add to not only your workflow, but add it as part of something to consider when you're working and wanting to be the most effective, but the most creative right after a nice break. Elena?
Here I am. So yeah, working environment is really, really important. As Lisette said, I just have some technical issues. I'm sorry for you following. Oh, okay. So video is fixed. The last part of this webinar is a very important one, and it's a part that it's so important that most of people actually ignore it. Ignore it not with the meaning that they don't know about it. We never stop and think about it until it's too late. And it's the part about how our human environment is built. So this is a very important thing. I still remember when I was really, I think, a teenager or a bit less. My mom was telling me all the time, choose your friends wisely, because your success depends from the people you're hanging out with. So mom was not a businesswoman, is not a businesswoman, but she's one of the wisest women I know. And she was terribly right. I've been an entrepreneur, well, first a freelancer and then an entrepreneur in the last 3 years. I've been following different projects with different teams. I've been hanging out with different kind of people. I've been living location independent. I've been a digital nomad. I've been living in some of the most expensive cities in Europe. So my lifestyle changed many times during these 3 years. And of course, it's never easy to set up relationships. So I had the chance actually to spend time with different kind of people. And I can tell you that this has a huge impact on who you are, first as a person, and second on your work life. So one of the first things I always say to my customer is that it's true that we are not our business, but our business is a reflection of what we are. A clear reflection of our values, is a really clear reflection of our beliefs, is a clear reflection of our psychological situation right away. If we're not balanced, if we're not happy, our business can't be balanced. Our business can't work if we're not working methodically. If we don't have a long-term view, our business can't have a long-term view. So all this is highly, it has really, the people we have around has a high impact on all this. So there is this theory, which is quite known, which is we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Stop for a second and think, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Which kind of people are they? Do you really believe that your goal setting, your dreams for tomorrow are not influenced by the people you're spending your time with? So I will ask you to make some sort of a test, an exercise for yourself whenever you have time, just before going to bed, or if you're writing, write it, it's even better. Trying to imagine the day to day. So today is April the 5th. In 5 years' time, and trying to imagine exactly your day, how it's going to be from the moment you get out of the bed to the moment you go back to bed. And think about that. Then think how much the people I have around me are influencing this vision of my future. So probably the 5 people you're spending the most time with have nothing to do with your work system, your work environment, which is the most common situation. But why should we have a different approach to our working life and the way we select people in our work life from the things we're doing in our personal life? Think about that. Why people working with us should have different values than we have, comparing to the people that are actually building our life ecosystem. Why should we split? Why do we expect to be 2 different people? So working me and not working me. This is wrong. So try to select the people making your work ecosystem with the same accuracy and the same parameters you're using for your private life. When I'm talking about work ecosystem, and this is another very important point, I'm not talking just about your business partners if you have any, or your employees if you have any. I'm talking about all the people building your ecosystem. People building my working ecosystem are people I'm working with, which might be my business partners, of course, employees, if I have any, or people I'm having smart relationships with, cooperations with, people I'm having as resources, so actually providing me services, people I am working for. Yes, your customers are part of your work ecosystem. What does it mean? I know, especially if you are a freelancer, that the fear of the end of the month, of the bills, of the rent is trying to push you to accept the customer and to approach the customer like some sort of a goal. No, Try to shift this perspective of the customer and try to be selective in your customer selection. So there's something that is called the Pareto system, according to which we are going to get the 80% of results, or in case of business, of income from the 20% of our customers. How is this going to happen? Selection. So once I'm having a coaching session with my potential customers, I always having the first coaching session for free. This is very important to me because we should understand if we share the same values, if we have the same goals, if we can have a growth process together, because it's not working for someone, it's working with someone. Not all relationships are meant to actually work. We are not fitting to everyone. No one has to like us. So it's really important to really select your whole ecosystem. So just work for projects or customers you really believe in. Never see your customers as a wallet. Never set your financial situation as the final goal. Do what you're doing because you believe what you're doing. Select your customers because you believe in them, because you like them. Ask yourself, is my customer the kind of person I could have a coffee or a drink with and being happy to? Well, this is already telling you a lot of things about how your work ecosystem is built. And this should be applied to everyone, bosses, partners, resources, everyone being part of your world. Lisette, if you have anything to add.
Always. Elena, thank you. Absolutely. Elena hits on a very interesting topic, which is super important, especially in the entrepreneurial mindset, because, well, this is what happens. You are definitely setting up limits and boundaries with who you're hanging out with, who you're socializing with, who you're going to dinner with. I mean, it's definitely a new habit formation of keeping an entire body around you, of those people around you that are positive, so they can sustain your positivity through some tough times. You know, you're going to push some boundaries, your own boundaries and limits. So imagine if you're doing it on your own, you need to have a very positive environment. And you know what? Elena's mom's right. I mean, what can we say? All moms are usually, right? They tell us what's up. Mine did. What are we doing here now? What you can do is you can add these simple strategies, simple advice, sprinkle them in your day, this day or week. So today, what are we? Wednesday. You got 2 days to try it. You can do it today. See how it is. See what kind of, literally, you could look up right now and look at what you're looking at in your desk and say, do I love it? Is this inspiring? If not, then don't do it. Look at your to-do list. Is it really a list that encourages you? Are you really tackling the things in the morning that you should be tackling? Or are you just keep sweeping them over till the next day and the next day? Bite the bullet and do it. This is part of it. And lastly, do the observation exercise. Check out who is around you on Friday. Are they really doing the things that you're doing? Are they really pushing their boundaries? Are they really looking to aspire to be the best that they could be? Let us know. But once you start implementing this and you start seeing that this is actually working or not working, then this is when you're going to say, okay, great. I really liked all these techniques. I want more. But this is when you say, hey, Lisette, Elena, what should I do? And it's our sign up to our 6-week course. We go in depth into not only building the lists, techniques, and apps that Elena is very good at. We also look at your mindset. We look at thematic weeks, stopping procrastination, and really how our power boosts your brakes. Look at those environmental factors that are really making you fail and feel miserable at the end of the day. It's not failure, people. You're just not implementing the right thing. So start doing it bit by bit, like Elena said. See it like that like those steps, they have to be broken down enough for you to take the next step and be comfortable with it. So again, there's going to be a link where you can sign up for our 6-week course. It is online and it is self-paced. So as soon as you sign up, you can get started, and they are video courses. So again, to take. If you have it set up that you're doing all your hard work in the morning, but in the afternoon, you have a little time to do a class, and it's only once a week. So this should be super easy. We already set you up with how to do your day. So hard stuff in the morning, afternoon, maybe a class, and maybe it's ours. So it's our work-life balance course. And again, it's 6 weeks, and it's going again very specifically through your workflow, your daily schedule, things to consider around in your environment, thematic weeks. Let me see what else. Stopping procrastination. Hello, everybody needs that. And the right mindset. And one of my ultimate favorites is power boosting your brakes. What are you doing in between? I mean, is it helping you or hindering you to get restarted? So at this point, I will say thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of this wonderful collaboration and project. This is a forever project for us because this is something that both Elena and I believe in. And we really like that you're here with us. And we hope that you do get the most out of this course and this webinar. If you can start practice, you can do it. Elena, anything else that I'm missing?
No, everything is clear, nothing missing. I would like to thank you all for following this webinar. As Lisette said, we are absolutely, whatever you want, whatever you need, just contact us. You will find all the links on the page event, on our page, of course, that you can follow to have more content. We're going also Facebook Live. We're going to share more tools and more things. Be part of this, really. Women's Empowerment Collective, it's a project that has been built for you. You're part of it. Ask us anything you actually feel you need. I'm sure that if you start implementing today, exactly as Lisette said, in 2 days from now, you will start already seeing the shift. And please come back and tell us the impact that all these tools are going to have on your life. Really, we can't wait to have your feedback. Yeah.
Can I say something? I definitely, we want to know your feedback. We want to know what you put in place and see if it works for you. I mean, we do want to know if if you're implementing them correctly. We want to hear back from you. So definitely email us. Elena, will there be a link to the website?
Of course, link will be added on all our pages, and it will be also added in the description of this video, at the end of the video, and in the comments. So you can find us, our website, and explaining you both about our work-life balance course and how to work with us. Because the most important part is that you should work with us in the way you feel most comfortable too. So we are going to offer you other ways according to your wishes and your needs, because your time is really important and you're in control of it. So this is it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else at this point?
Well, I think we are all set. By the way, just for your information, this webinar has been held between 2 countries. Lisette and I are actually currently in 2 countries, different countries. So Lisette is holding this webinar from Spain. I'm in Bulgaria right now. So yeah, a different lifestyle is possible. And all this is also part of the work-life balance. So this is a clear example that the system works.
I'm so glad you said that, because it's so true. Elena and I have been working together, and we've always been in 2 different countries from the very beginning, and it's definitely something that you can do. But as long as you have the goal and the focus to do it, and we definitely did, because we wanted to make some changes for the people that we know, and those people are our clients, and those people that we're always in contact with, and women that struggle with having more control. So having said that, thank you so much for joining us. Please have a productive week. Follow us on our page, and that will also be linked below.
Thank you all. Have a great day and a productive week.